funny thing about the pandemic era, like my parents would pick that time to like want to watch wrestling with me, and you don't know how ridiculous wrestling is without the crowd. Like I can hear every spot, everything they're saying during the match, like everything, and for one thing, I think like the matches without the crowd, I think the match goes a little bit too slow. So it's like
like if you don't. We never really envisioned, a wrestling show without fans, but like when the pandemic happened, we all were like, I cannot wait fans. I cannot wait for fans to come back.
Yeah,
like,
there are just certain things that take place with no fans that like you feel like you shouldn't see or hear. Like I don't remember if it was a Mania or whatever, but it was a ladder match with like the Usos and the New Day and everything like that. And Jay pulls down the belt from the ladder and you hear the Velcro. I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh my God. Getting behind the scenes right there, bro.
Like any wrestling, if you look at the pandemic era, most of the matches, even when they had the little fans interact, like you heard a little bit of noise, but it still was hard to get through because you only envisioned it like, okay, what would this match have really been like with a big audience? You know what I mean? Like imagine this match if we had a massive stadium packed full of people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the energy is different. Like
and then oh no,
go ahead. Let you go.
No, I was say like, and then what made it even worse was like they brought like when they were allowed to have like people like they brought like NXT stars to act as like the crowd. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of I kind of didn't rock with that either.
Yeah, the unfortunate.
Like, they brought like the fans, the little interaction that we could get with the fans in there, but I mean that still was like it wasn't enough noise. You know what I mean? Like
the unfortunate thing about it is that a lot of matches that happened during that era that should go down as something way bigger than they were are not because the crowd. Like perfect example is Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles on SmackDown in that IC title tournament they had. That should go down as one of the best weekly televised matches of all time, right up there with John Cena and Shawn Michaels and CM Punk and John Cena, but it won't. Nobody remembers it because everyone tries to forget the empty arena era, and it's just a shame that a match like that gets forgotten because of everything that was going on.
See, that's the point, though. Like, why would
why are you gonna watch something? First of all, this is what I hate this shit because this is how you know how I'm pissed off. You can't take away something that makes Hogan and Rock so valuable to the product. A lot of their shit is based off of crowd reaction. You're taking away their character. That's why the match was so great because everybody was so hyped up about it. I hate that shit. Who the fuck is gonna willingly sit there and watch a match with no volume?
And also,
you're straight up lying.
And also, like, I wouldn't watch Undertaker Shawn Michaels 25 without volume because the crowd going, "Oh my God, he kicked out of the tombstone," makes the match so much better.
Are you gonna watch Brock versus Taker without volume? Hearing the crowd go, "Oh."
Right.
It takes away from
everything. You can't hear anything.
Wrestling is nothing without its fans, and if you mute the TV, you are taking away the aspect of a fan base.
Exactly.
Let's stop that. Especially two guys in the history of professional wrestling whose characters relied heavily on crowd reactions. Stop that shit. Come on, man. We're not doing that. You're taking away their gimmick.
And you miss the story of the match too. If you take away the crowd, the crowd literally turns on Rock and gets behind Hogan. You're missing the whole point, the whole story of that entire match.
And plus, Lewis, I love you, man.
And plus, like if you mute the TV, you can't hear the crowd sing Seth Rollins songs. So it's like
exactly, he's just dancing.
Hogan and Rock is the only match that people say they can't watch without volume because it's not supposed to be, bro. It's not supposed to be a technically gifted match. You need the crowd for that match. It doesn't matter. The crowd helped make the match, yes, but it's two of the most polarizing figures of professional wrestling going head to head. You need crowd reactions for that. What y'all don't understand.
Plus, I don't understand either. Like, why would you want to watch a match with no crowd?
That point is, I don't even understand the point of bringing that up.
That's why that's not an argument for me. Like, why would you want to sit there and watch a match with no audience? That takes away part of the match. The audience is a part of the match.
Yeah. And by the way, real quick, K-Fab Wrestling, that this has almost nothing to do. You're just the one who brought it up. I understand this wasn't your point. I'm just regarding that argument that you say people are making. It's a stupid argument. Like, what's the point of even bringing that up? I don't know. Anyway,
somebody said crowd or not, that match was trash. Crazy to me.
Let's
in ring work.
It's
basic,
insane.
But doesn't matter.
It's insane.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean the crowd interaction would say
not everyone has to do like 50 near falls during a match.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like take for example last month, Roman versus Sammy. For the first 5 minutes, they didn't do
touch.
anything.
Yeah, the crowd was
and
going
the crowd
crazy
was
for
going
Sammy,
nuts because the crowd makes the match. Like
I was going nuts about that, man.
Like they literally sit there for like a period of time before they even locked up. You know what I mean? Like the crowd just gotta let the crowd interact and interact with the match. That's part of the show. Like that's how you get fans involved to make it feel like they're a part of the show. Anyway,
exactly.
So I mean, you always want to be there for those moments.
Yeah. I hope you're watching Revolution on mute tonight.
I don't think anybody gonna do that. Let's go into the next one.
Crazy. I'm sorry. I got so mad. I haven't gotten mad like that in a while. I'm sorry. Keep going. My bad. Before I get pissed off again. Shit.
Underrated WrestleMania match.
Nah.
What's your guys' underrated WrestleMania match and event that you guys got?
Oh, I got that. Underrated match and event. Let me see this. I think the most underrated WrestleMania match. It happened at the Pandemania. It's that triple threat SmackDown tag team ladder match between Jimmy Uso, John Morrison, and Kofi Kingston. I really enjoyed it. Afterwards, I was like, yo, for a pandemic era match, this was actually pretty good.
Joy way.